Good evening and welcome to a brand new playthrough of Timberborn. We are here with our Iron Teeth beavers. We are playing on normal difficulty and we are playing on a custom map. This is Elendel Basin, and as you can see, zoom right out, it's a very simple map. Very easy map. Not simple, it's very well done. I quite like it. But it's quite a simple, easy map to play on. There are plenty of rivers giving us loads of green land to farm on, which is fantastic. And they're easily cut offable, so we can easily dabble, so we can keep the land nice. With plenty of space to build. Everything is fantastic, so very, very, very easy. So the map may be easy, but we're going to impose a little challenge on ourselves to try and spice things up a little bit. I've always wanted to try having a single district do a single thing. So that's what we're going to try here. We've got so much space, I think we can pull it off. And by that, I mean, essentially, every district is going to be not so much in charge of a single goods, but in charge of a single building. So, for instance, we're going to have a district that is in charge of water pumps. It basically just does water pumps, that's all it does. It can have other things imported into it. Obviously, it would need wood, it would need workers, it would need food imported into it, that's fine. But it can't produce that itself. It can also have explosives or dirt added to it. There may be an exception when it comes to dirt. We are playing on experimental, so we do have the new dirt moving things. Perhaps the terraforming stations may be an exception. They may get put in different places because they need to be in a district to fill the area. So there'll be some exceptions to things, but mostly we do that. So we're going to have one area that is going to be doing farmhouses, and that will produce all our food. One area for all the food. But of course, not all the food is just produced in farmhouses. It's made there, like the potatoes are made there, but you can't eat potatoes. You'd have to export them to the grilling area. And that district is in charge of grilling, and it does all the grilling, and then distributes it out to wherever it needs to go to. Same as the grits mill. The wheats or the cattails that are produced in the farm will go to the grits mills, will be ground down, and then exported to where it needs to go to, which would be the bakeries. And then we'll have a bakery district. So each district is going to be in charge of its own building, essentially, with the exception of the very first district, at least early on, because the very first district, obviously, we need to establish a colony first, and that's how it goes. Wood, obviously, we'll have somewhere where we just have loads of lumberjacks, and then we'll have a lumber mill area. The forestry is going to go with the lumberjacks. That's sort of a thing there. So, yeah, that's gonna happen there. We may also have a crossover. A forester may go in somewhere where we're going to put berries if we have a berry specific district. If we need to plant more, we'll use the forester to plant them and then remove the forester. There will be a few little exceptions in places, but hopefully you understand all of the exceptions, the reasons behind them. It makes sense. We'll obviously have somewhere that's going to be mining. We've got a couple of underground ruins, so I need to plan that as well. We can obviously cut this off here if we want to keep a lake going on here, or we can cut these rivers off with dams, and then all of these will stay wet for a certain time. We are playing on normal difficulty, so it shouldn't be too difficult. There are other exits which I think are blocked. Yeah, they're blocked at the moment, so we won't have to worry about the water drying out on us, which is awesome. But we've got plenty of land, plenty of space to do things, so let's get on with it. Let's do what everyone does and build a very simple colony. Now, we start on a little pedestal with a road going down and coming out. It's an interesting start. It's very different, but I think we're going to move the colony straight away. District 1 is probably not going to be used like ever. We might even get rid of it. We might move somewhere else straight away and just live there. So I kind of want to look at how we're going to tidy things up. Another exception to the rule straight away I can see, scavenger flags. We will use scavenger flags in wherever just to get rid of this scrap metal so it becomes clear land, and then we'll remove the scavenger flag. So yeah, they're going to be around. We've got a couple of mines up here as well. I don't really think we need that many mines. There's loads of mines around, but we don't need them. By the time we get there, it'll be fine. So I think we're going to come over here, and we're going to tap into this here and make a district. It's not going to be like one per area. We might kind of do that, but there might be one here, one over here. The borders haven't really been established. It's just going to be as and wherever. Just the first district needs to be somewhere near berries. We could put it over here as well. That could be our first district. I think I'll go over here because then we can do farming. Like we can choose this area and just make it all farming, which is probably what I'll do. With terraforming later on, we can expand it as well to make life really good. So yeah, let's do that. Let's start with district number 2, and we're going to move it straight over here. Providing you can get a road to it, you can move anyone anywhere you want to move them to. Can we get a road to it? I don't think we can. I don't think we can get up here. No, I don't think we can. So, okay, we'll have to go this way then. If there's a road up onto this one, but this one is chopped off. So we'll have to go this way. And you could really reach that anyway. Let's see. How far can we go? I feel as if those trees are purposely laid like this. Cleverly done. Cleverly done. Okay. We've got a decent range here. Okay, maybe we'll just live off the first district for the time being, and then district number 2 will be wherever we go to and whatever we do. We need to get over here, so we need to establish a little bit. So the first district is going to break the rules just to get ourselves established. And then once it is established, we can start. District number 2 will be the first one that just produces food, for instance, and then exports things around. So let's do that. Let's do that. We'll put in a deep water pump. I want to put one there, but I can't because the road's in the way. Put on deep water pump. We'll put ourselves in a gathering flag as you would do normally. We need to put in some tree choppingness. We're definitely going to need to chop some trees down. We want to put in a log storage. Go there. Not too fussed about berry storage at the moment, but we do need to obviously put in carrots, because berries don't last very long at all. So we need to establish carrots straight away. Can't get here until we've got some wood going on. So let's get some wood first. Let's just get some wood first. We're going to set up a lumber mill. That can't go in there. Ooh. Go in there either. Okay, lumber mill's going to have to go all the way down here. And a power wheel, and that'll get us some lumber, which will be really good. And then we want to get some science going as well. We can't get the number cruncher because that's expensive, so we'll do 3. I'm going to make them the lowest priority so workers don't work in there anyway. And we also want to put in a breeding pod, at least one, to keep our beavers alive of some description. I'm not sure whether we're going to have breeding pods in each district or whether we're going to use the migration population to do it. We might do a bit of both. We might put in breeding pods in certain places. I don't know. Maybe the water district and the water district can also become a berry district. I'm not sure. It's going to have to be on the coast somewhere. But we need to pump out water from like this great big lake here, which does actually have a block around the outside. It allows to flow out here by 1 level, I believe. Yep, 1 level there, and I think it does the same on the other side as well. Yeah, 1 level there. So it will drop down this level, but this will be available to pump all year round in that one. So maybe we'll just build out a little bit here and make like this the berry area. We'll see. But okay, let's start and let our beavers do their thing. They're gonna get to work doing the bits and pieces. These are all low priority for workers. Good. They can build whatever they want to build and do whatever they want to do. This should be a high priority for workers. We definitely want beavers to be in there. And we'll get that built, and we will come back once the colony is hopefully alive and well. Okay, so 9 days in and we have no food, which isn't really a surprise. The gatherers don't really gather enough food to keep up with beavers. They never particularly have, so we're going to need more. I'm going to put another gatherer flag in down here because it would just speed up gathering some berries as well. But we need to put in some farmhouses, and I have done a little bit of probing around to see where we're going. This town centre's got not a bad reach to it, actually. It seems okay. It seems okay. We could easily start establishing farms up here, and then switch them over to their own district, which we're going to do. We're going to make all districts there, but we need to establish a firm colony. There's no point in creating a new district before we've had the ability to unlock the distribution post and drop-off point, because yay, they can make food. They can't ship it anywhere. We have to do weird what's it called? We have to do weird district gate movement to get it working, which you can do. There is a little trick with that. I should probably I'm not going to actually do it, but if you put down a storage, say here, like that, and you build buildings over here, and you put your district gate this side, then obviously these over here will put into this warehouse, so you can fill the warehouse up. That's fantastic. And then you can just move the district gate. You just delete that one, put the district gate that side, put a road in there, and then suddenly this warehouse belongs to this town, and they can eat the food from it. So there are ways, but we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to build a farm up here, I think, and have it just established as a farm, as a regular farm, and it's going to be right there, which is the furthest reaches we can possibly go with it. But we're also going to put in a lumberjack up here as well to get rid of these trees. Lumberjacks are also something that will be an exception. If there are trees around, we'll put lumberjacks in to chop trees down. We won't put foresters in to plant them, other than the specific areas we want to plant them. So the district centre that's doing trees will have foresters. So once these use up all their trees, they're gone. That's it. But they can use the resources in situ. They can use that up there. We might gather some dandelions as well here for early medicine. Maybe not. Well, early medicine's not really a thing, but medical bed's a thing there. As I said, I am playing on Experimental. There are a few new things here. If you're not sure what they are, I highly recommend checking it out. Experimental is awesome fun. These are the brand new items that were added. We have the excavator, the dirt pile, the terraforming station, terrain block. Allows you to dig up dirt and move dirt, but not dig up dirt in the way you think. You have a specific building that digs up dirt underneath it. So, and generates infinite amounts of resources, which is nice. I like it. I like that it does infinite amount. Very different. We'll do. It can be way bigger than that. I know it can be way bigger than that. You can do that. There you go. Okay. We'll unpause that. We'll get that going. And this is going to be a high priority. There. The lumberjacks are going to be actual higher priority to build. No, they're not. The farmhouse is high priority to build. We definitely need to do that. And you are high priority. Okay. So water we're fine for, food we are not fine for. This is going to be established late, which means we're going to get a bit of starvation. Hopefully they'll build this, however, and we can get going there. We are getting some planks in. I will happily pause the plank workers for food if we need to. And I up the priority on the inventors higher than the district, because we had beavers doing nothing, and it makes more sense to have them working all the time. Now we do have some science built, and that's built or researched. That's awesome. We also have down here a dam here and a dam here, so that when the flood comes, the drought comes, not the flood, the drought comes, this will actually have a little bit of water in the bottom. Not high enough, but I wanted to put something in. You can't stack dams, so, and we could have dammed across here if I really wanted to, but I don't think we can, because getting up there is awkward. So that'll do. That'll keep our area wet here. This will not stay wet because it just won't. I don't think there's any way we can keep this wet unless we can get a dam in over here. Don't know. The other thing as well is that a dam there may not work, because this water level may not be high enough to pour into the dam. So we'll see. Is that within building range? It is within building range, so maybe that will get established before the drought. Who knows? So yeah, I think we'll wait for the food to come in. Get that going. That'll be built there. They're going to plant carrots, and hopefully we can get some carrots in before the drought comes, and before everyone dies of starvation. Let's see. So, dawn is approaching, and I was so focused on getting the food, I forgot about water, and the drought is coming. But we do have something established here. We've got our dam built here. You see the water levels already lowering. The water sources start tapering off when sunset happens the day before the drought. So, the drought is kind of like almost a quarter of a day, a third of a day longer than it says. So, it's a bit of a... But this was established in time, so I think this little block here will be okay. It should be a short drought. 3 days. Yeah, pretty good. We have managed to establish another deep water pump, and we've got some water towers being built. I had to turn off lots of things though. We've turned off our planks, our wood, our science. We've got one lumberjack gun over here. I've turned these two off over here. So we are definitely touch and go. It's 2 water per beaver per day. So we've got 12. We need 24 water per day. We currently have enough for 1 day, but we are pumping out, and we do have these dams in place, so we do have a longer water source. So I think we'll be okay. I just need to get a couple of more beavers. So right now we've had people die of old age. This is something else that's a bit of a problem for us. Beavers, with the new updates, the needs have changed. The way the need system works has changed. So we need to give them stuff that they want, or they have negative side effects. If their food is lower, they'll refuse to work. But they won't they won't instant die, but their food will start dropping down over time. And if it hits 0, then they're dead. They die. But previously, you could feed them like 1 berry every 3 days, and it would be enough to keep them alive. And they do work, and they do what they do. Now, if the food drops down below, 1 berry will bring it up a little bit, but not enough to get them well fed. And if they're not well fed, they won't work. So you can spiral into a terrible helter-skelter of death quickly if you're not careful. So it's always best to make sure you have enough resources. I think water we're going to be fine for. Berries we're going to be okay. This is the only thing that concerns me. This here. Let's speed up time and have a quick look-see when the water runs out, which it will do very quickly. This should be okay. I feel like this should be fine. That one little block there will be fine. Yep. There's that bit of water there. Right out here. It will draw off around the bank here as well. That should be enough to keep that whole farm going, I would think. The rivers don't drop as well. I didn't realize that. I didn't need to put dams in. Did not realize that. I did not actually realise that. Didn't need to put dams in because this is one lower than the... This is actually one higher, I should say, than the rest. Okay. Okay, so I can get rid of those dams, and then we have the water from all different sources pouring into it. So that's not bad. That's not bad. This map's even easier. I love it. It's fantastic. So we're going to survive our first drought. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Carrots should come along quite nicely. I don't think if I just left that river there and didn't do this, we would definitely lose some of this. See, this would have probably come around here, and we would have lost some of the carrot farm. So that's okay. I think we're good. We're going to have to do something as well with this. We have to dry out this to get the underground mines working. If we use them, who knows? Who knows? But that is where we are going to leave this episode. We are going to survive our first drought. No problem at all. We have food established. We've got water going on. We've got other bits going on. What I'm going to do is add a couple more breeding pods in to try and increase our population. The numbers for the breeding pods, I think they're the same as they have been previously, where one supports about 10 beavers. But because we have no shelter, we're actually losing 20% life expectancy. So one's only support about 8 beavers. So that's why our population is dropping. We need to build houses. They need to live. The Iron Teeth can no longer just sleep underneath the stars. They want barracks and other species to live in, so we'll probably do that as well for them. But that'll be next time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Until then, as always, have fun.